Hey, how you doing? So this is going to be a quick stream. Hope everything is well. Let me know if you're here in the comments. Let me shut this off. All right. I'm not expecting too many people today, given the circumstances. Just impromptu, just checking in. Hope everybody is well. Who's going to show? Is anybody going to show? It's been a while. Yeah, so this is just a quick Q&A. If you guys got any questions, I figure I'd pop on for 15, 20 minutes. Nothing special. Hope everything is well. So I'm down here in sunny Florida, waiting on coders and cars. Yeah, I know, coders and cars. I was meaning to do it, but I haven't been able to get around to it for whatever reasons. Yeah. Hey guys, how you doing? Been a while. Yeah, you know, I'm down here in Florida and I've invited too many people down. So it's been taking up all my time. Waiting on a little. I am live. Hello. How are you, Susan? Miss Ling? 19 plus. What's the best way for devs to develop soft skills? So start talking to people. When you know, one of the things I used to teach people was when you go to the coffee shop, have a conversation with people at the coffee shop. So when you order your coffee, I'll take a latte and double sugar and say, hey, how you doing today? Just practice talking. That's the basics of it. You may want to check out my Lizard Wizard course. I'll help you there. But yeah, you just start engaging with people so you can be relaxed. I hope you dropped a link for that hoodie. It's so nice. Oh, I don't know where it is. I don't know. I forget where I bought it. I bought 3 copies of this. I agree. It's a nice hoodie. I bought 3 because I liked it so much. Especially for shy devs who struggle with interviews. So yeah, start off when you order your coffee or order your food, you talk to a waiter or waitress, talk to them. Hey, how you doing today? What's going on? You know, how long you been doing work here? Just ask basic questions. Just engage. Practice makes perfect. When I wanted to learn how to fight, I just started fighting. Boom. That's key. If you want to learn how to code. If you want to become a better communicator, just start communicating with people. Candy was coding. All right. I didn't mean to interrupt. It's going to be short stream, so you got questions. Yeah. See, what happened is I'm down here in Florida and scouting things out because I'm probably going to move down here at some point. And I told people from my home country in Canada where it's freezing, and I said, hey, you can come. So everybody started coming. It takes up all my time. Hello, sir. I want to become a front-end developer. Please give me a perfect roadmap to get a job fast and overwhelmed. So what you got to do is you got to learn the basics, the foundations, HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript. Actually, I learned just a little bit of backend, a little bit of PHP, a little bit of the request response cycle, just a little bit. Even if you want to be a front end, do that, build a site, go out, do 2, 3 small jobs for local small business, and then take it from there. But you got to get your hands dirty with real code. That's the key. Hey, Anissa, how are you? Thanks for joining the stream. We got some old-time viewers and some new. All right. I guess you guys can hear me clearly. I'm assuming you can hear me clearly. Hello, everybody. Hello. Yeah, in the comments, let me know if you can hear me clearly or not. I'm 36, switching to CS from mechanical engineering. I have no experience in CS. Should I pursue this solely based on getting hired? Pursue it if you like it. Pursue it. If you like to be a developer, you like writing code, then pursue it. Don't do what you don't like, because even if it pays a lot, your life's going to be not good. So make sure you like what you do. Taste it. Try it out. Any advice for junior, mid-level folks looking for SWE work, software engineering work, or switching right now in the market? Well, first of all, I start studying the job opportunities in your area, see what they're looking for in terms of skill set, see if your skills align with that. And start putting out your resume. You know, build up your LinkedIn profile properly. I'm an oldie COBOL programmer trying to reskill, haven't worked in 20 years. Wow, getting a degree and doing online learning in Code Academy. All right, Susan, that's very cool. Yeah, start, as you're relearning to code with newer languages, look at the job market, look at the job opportunities, start looking at what they're looking for in terms of skill sets, start knocking on some doors. Study the market. Study the market as you're learning the foundations of modern development. That will be useful for you. Jimmy says, thanks, dude. Hey, no problem. I tried picking up work on Upwork, but not getting even a single engagement. What could be the reason? Is it okay to post resume in short paragraphs as a cover letter? You should put up a site showing your work, showing what you do. Make sure you summarize your skill sets properly. People are not going to want to read Lord of the Rings in terms of your resume. Make sure it's short to the point so people understand what they're getting into when they're getting into with you. Whoa, hold on a second. Hello. Good, good. Can I call you back in 25 minutes? We'll talk soon. Bye-bye. There you go. All right, so not related to any languages, do you think that it is necessary to learn the theory of functional programming? No, it's not necessary. You see, when you talk to people in industry, if you talk to functional programmers, they'll tell you, you got to learn functional programming. And if you talk to DevOps aficionados, they say, you got to learn DevOps. You get the idea. You don't have to learn it. You know, you learn it if you need to learn it. Functional programming there's nothing wrong with it. It's capable, it's good, but it's one type of programming. There are many types of programming, and functional programming is very niche. You know, for every functional programming job out there, it's probably 1,000 object-oriented programming jobs. Nothing wrong with functional programming, but I think it's kind of niche. So do you need to know it? No. Hey, Steph. I have a developer day job, but I'm trying to do freelance on the side. I learned Laravel, but people are talking about WordPress. Any tips? Yeah, WordPress is often used in small business, and small business is the bread and butter of freelancers. So that means you're going to get a lot of WordPress-related jobs. Just learn the basics of WordPress, installing it, configuring it, understand the basics of the template, or they call it the theme ecosystem, understand a little bit about the plugins. You don't have to be an expert, just understand it. You know, you're already a developer, you know Laravel. You'll be able to get your head wrapped around the basics of WordPress, so then you can start looking for WordPress gigs. Some people hate WordPress, a lot of people hate WordPress, but a lot of people make a lot of money on WordPress too. So it's just, yeah. What's going on? What do you think about the platform global stop? Don't know it. Loud and clear. Okay, good. I'm glad you can hear it. Thanks for letting me know you can hear me. That's good. One word answer, React or Angular? If I had to pick between the two, React. Angular is probably bigger in the enterprise arena. The language I know is React. No, the framework you know is React, and the language is JavaScript. React Native, learning Liquid, Shopify, and PHP soon. That's cool. What is the best way to get a freelancer job, and how much can I expect to make? Would it be better to use FB Sales Funnel? How much you can make depends on your skills as a developer. When you first start freelancing, when you first start doing anything, your skill is here, but within the first 3 to 4 years, your skill will really multiply. And as your skill increases, your efficiency will increase, and as efficiency increases, the amount of money you make per hour increases. So for example, back in the early 90s, when I got my first freelance developer gig, I did a website for a legal firm. And I think it was, in the early days, I was charging, like, it was really low, like $30, $40 an hour, very low. But as I got better and better, what used to take me 10 hours to do took me 1 hour, 2 hours to do. And I would charge, like, I would be making like $200 the hour for my time. This is back in 1990s money. So you got to start out, And you slowly build your, so what you make will depend on your skill set over time as you develop your skill set, as you develop your workflows, as you develop contacts in industry. So, you know. Ricardo, merci, thank you, gracias. Melvin, how are you? Code long and profit, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Been a long time. I miss doing the streams. I miss them. Hello, sir. Please, I'm planning to learn either C# or Rust, but I don't know which one. I don't know which one to learn. Can you help me, please? Well, Alex, it depends on the type of program you want to do. What I would do is spend a little time looking at job opportunities and seeing the job opportunities for Rust, the job opportunities for C#, and you can take it from there. All right. Hey, Steph, I'm breaking out of tutorial hell. I'm building projects, but I still have to... Trey Brown, I lost you. Yeah, you want to get out of tutorial hell as quickly as possible. So build projects, build projects, build projects. In my final year of college, university, I worked professionally as a developer for 1 year and still working for them part-time. Want to go into freelancing. How do I build myself up? To start, get your freelance website up so you have a place where people can go find you. And just start letting people know, start promoting. There's a whole, you can find old lives where I talk about this in detail. Best advice for searching right now, especially when getting ghosted by recruiters. What are effective ways to get an interview? Oh, that's a long subject. Build up your LinkedIn. I have people do freelance work right away, so you can build up real-world experience and skills. That's very important. That's very important. Hey, Steph, I'm breaking out of tutorial hell, but okay, we got that one. Hey, Steph, what's the future of Rust from the Philippines? Well, I don't know what the future of Rust in the Philippines is going to be, but Rust is going to be around because Microsoft has announced they're going to be rewriting core aspects of Windows in Rust. So that tells me that Microsoft's going to be behind Rust for a long time. I don't know how big Rust is going to get, but it's not going away. When you got Microsoft behind it, you know it's there for good. There are problems for people in their 40s finding jobs in tech industry. Are there problems? Only if it all comes down to skill. Age factors into it, of course, but skill comes into it. Hi, hey, Alex from Sweden here. I'm just starting my coding journey. You think free camp is a good start? Not nearly as good as Studioweb. Steph Camp, that's better. Watching, I don't know how good their stuff is, I couldn't say. Hey, Uncle Steph, love your content. I'm trying to see if I stick with freelancing. I'm working full-time as a dev, but freelance on the side for context. I got one client, trying to see if it's worth it. Right now, transition into it, because freelance is, in the beginning, for most people, it's a bit bumpy, meaning you're not going to get a lot of gigs right away, but learn about it, learn the process, see if you like that lifestyle. The difference between the freelance lifestyle and full-time job is it's very different personality. Freelancers, you got to do a lot of different things, right? And you got a lot of responsibilities. You got to find the clients. You got to make sure you develop a good client relationship. You got to, pay will be intermittent, but you get to decide who you work with, what kind of work you want to do. You get to decide when you're going to work. So there's a lot of advantages to freelancing, but there's also a lot more responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. So if you're going to freelance, you got to understand that's just the reality of the situation. So it comes down to how you like to work. Do you think pursuing a career in DevOps is a wise move now? I was just on a call with somebody about the mentoring program, UncleSteph.com. Yeah, that came up. As a general rule, I prefer being in jobs where I'm building things rather than jobs where I am maintaining processes. DevOps is that. Process maintenance type of jobs will get hit first by AI, that is for sure. NoSQL has been there since quite a long time, yeah. What's the reason it wasn't flying as much until very recently? Well, it's used very less compared to SQL. I don't know if this thing, this flat, NoSQL, we used to call that flat file database systems. So NoSQL is kind of like flat file plus plus. It's flat file systems with more. I don't know. You know, back in the early days of the web, we would use flat file systems. And then people started implementing SQL-based databases, otherwise known as relational databases, because they have a lot of advantages. I don't know, you know, markets are funny things. You know, like a lot of the new stuff that comes out is just reskinned, repackaged old stuff with some updates. It's all good, all depends on the job, you know. Like basically what I advise people, if you're just storing a lot of data where there's not a lot of relationships between the data, then NoSQL is fine. But if you have complex relationships being maintained, established in your database, between units of data, for lack of better terms, then you want to use SQL-based database because SQL-based databases are designed for that specifically. Most of the time, people need SQL-based databases, as you just mentioned, how they're much more popular. React or PHP, they're not competing technologies, but are you saying what's the better job? Depends. If you want to go freelance, PHP. If you want to get a corporate job, React. I have a question. What does industry adoption of Rust is largely lagging behind the adoption of Rust by developers? People still think Rust is all about performance, but it's also fast to write. Well, apparently Rust is also hard to learn. So as a business owner, if you have a technology that's harder for people to learn, and apparently it's much harder. I don't know, I'm not a Rust developer. This is what I've read, though. I'm reluctant to adopt that technology unless there's some very compelling reasons to do so. Because harder to learn tech means harder to find developers. But as I said, Rust is not going anywhere. Spring Boot or .NET to get a job in big companies. Depends where you live, Yasin. Depends where you live. They're both popular in large businesses. Yeah, I appreciate any thumbs up you can give me. If you like my content, give me a thumbs up. If you hate me and my long hair, give me 2 thumbs down. I would appreciate that. Yep. What's going on here? Steph, I'm still studying and in my 4th year. My startup company pays under the minimum wage. I feel that it's not enough to compensate for the work I put in. Any thoughts? Thanks. I'm saying so is this your first job? If Master Shifu, if this is your first job, don't worry about the pay. You are actually now getting paid to learn, right? Appreciate the thumbs, guys. You are getting paid to learn right now. So don't worry about the pay. First job is the learning job. You're getting paid to learn. You're getting paid to learn. So take it as a good thing. Don't worry about the salary for now. First job is just to learn. So if you're learning a lot, you know, and you're still studying, keep the job. Don't worry about the pay. Get that experience. Once you get those XPs, once you level up, then the jobs come easy. The hardest part about getting in the industry is getting that initial experience. And so yeah, you got it. You're getting paid to get that experience. So stay in there, finish your 4th year, and then you're going to come out stronger. What do you think about learning Spring Boot for freelancing? Nope. No. Spring Boot is a Java framework. It's the dominant one for people who don't know. And Java means big business. Big business don't hire freelancers unless they're highly experienced. They'll hire contractors, which is different from freelancing. If you want to freelance, it's all about web development, WordPress, PHP, maybe some Drupal. So it's a lot of PHP. Free code camp. There we go. It's good for learning the basics. I don't know. I think my stuff is the best. Links below. I have interactive training. So, you know, I don't know how good they are. I know that my stuff, you can just read the reviews about my stuff. Social network backend, should it be Java or C++? Oh, no. You don't want to do C++ for anything web-based. C++ is for system-level code development, game engine development. No. Hello, Uncle Steph. Hello. Hello, Eunice. I hope everything is well. See, if you're a pro developer, you can do this effortlessly. If you got to go like this, you're not a pro developer. You got to go like this. And if you're a master developer, you can do both at the same time effortlessly. See, look at that. All right. That's an old nerd joke. How do you use AI platforms and what for? Thank you. Good question. I'm going to be putting out more videos on that. Well, one thing, you could just use it to help complete your code a little quicker, answer some questions quicker. AI is very powerful in the context of development when you actually know what you're doing. Because a lot of times AI can go down these hallucinations and they're coming up with these stories. Not good. What do you think is the best way to start work online as a Java programmer? Is it better to get a job in a company? Well, Java is enterprise typically. So that means that if you're going to do Java development, you're probably going to have to work in the enterprise space. I hope that makes sense. My message cut off in building projects. Do you still have to read documentation and watch videos? I'm breaking out of tutorial hell. No. Just build. And when you come across things that you need to figure out, then you look at documentation at that time. You know what I mean? See, what I do, shameless promotion, I have a mentoring program. Besides my solo courses and so on, besides the fact I've been working with schools for over a decade now, in the mentoring program, I have people learn the foundations, so we get them up to speed as quickly as possible, and then we get them building things right away. You want to get in the ring, I like to use the boxing analogy, as quickly as possible. You don't want to keep doing tutorials. Once you know your foundations, so in the web space, that would be HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, you're able to put up a responsive website, you understand the request response cycle, servers, you know how to put up a domain, all this kind of stuff. Once you got those basics down, then you got to build things. And you start filling in those gaps, so the gaps in your knowledge based on what you need to learn for the job at hand. So when you first start out, it's a lot of learning, right? It's like 90%, 95% learning. And then when you, once you got your foundations, then it switches over. It's more like 90% building and 10% learning new things. And that's how you're going to accelerate the learning process. Hello, what is your opinion about cybersecurity is a good domain compared to programming? Cybersecurity, DevOps, development, you can make money with all these things, but as a general rule, I prefer building things over maintaining things. So cybersecurity is maintaining things. Hello, how are you? Hello. Take care of your health. I've been following you since a year or more. I appreciate that. I'm feeling pretty good. Thanks a lot. Is PHP level coming to dead? No, not even close. Zumak, is it a good idea to focus on building SaaS and not looking for employment? Well, it depends what you want. Do you want to be a SaaS owner? SaaS is short for software as a service, or do you want to get a job? Depends what you want to do. You can get a job and then on the side build your SaaS, because building a business can be difficult. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Good afternoon. Where do you stand on AI and the future of coding? I don't see AI as a threat for the foreseeable future. I just see it as it's another technology that's going to shift what we do over time. AI just popped on the scene last November with GPT, and everybody saw AI go from very, very niche, and most people didn't know about it really, and then it became this thing. So in our minds, our psychology will think that all of a sudden that this is going to be like the norm, this huge, quick development. That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. Yeah. Let's see what the thumbs to eyeball ratio is not very good. If you can give me a thumbs up, I appreciate it. It's just good for the Google algorithm. Thumbs would be great. If you like my content, give me a thumbs up, comment. If you don't like my stuff, give me 2 thumbs down, 2, to show me how terrible I am. I wanted to ask about AI. Did it get more attention and credit more than it deserved? I used ChatGPT, but it gave too many wrong answers, so I can't say it's reliable. It can be dangerous. Yeah, it's not super reliable at this time. Talking to people I know who are in the AI game, it's very difficult. AI is good for pattern matching and recognition. AI, the name itself, artificial intelligence. Intelligence suggests that the AI is actually thinking. It's not. It's just a probability. It's assessing the probability. What's the next best word after the first word? So it doesn't think. That's why it can go off on these weird tangents. That's why I say AI can be helpful, but it is an assistive tool. It's not a thinking tool. So yeah, it's not. It deserves the hype, but it's getting a little bit. People are thinking, oh my God, it's the end of this, end of that. No, it's going to take time. I remember when starting your course online, you mentioned that we would learn the core concepts of coding. What are these generally, and do you go through it in the courses? Of course, my courses are all about the fundamental concepts. See, as a teacher, my job is to do two things. Number one is to simplify so it's understandable. And number two is to filter out the unnecessary. There's unlimited information out there. There's unlimited videos on YouTube on coding. There's unlimited information on the various websites, unlimited. So the only reason to get a teacher is that you have an experienced hand or mind that knows what you need to learn and what you don't need to learn for now. I have two categories in the technology space. I have the need to nerd stuff, the stuff that you need to learn based on when you have to do it, when you have to learn it, and the fundamentals that are key, the foundational concepts and technique. That's it. A big part of your job as a developer is to be able to learn new things on the fly based on the needs of the job. What's your favorite language you've worked with? I have to say it's Java. I did a lot of Java back in the day. I'm not saying learn Java because I wouldn't use Java to start any new projects personally. But yeah, I had the most fun with Java, but maybe because it was my first really serious programming language where I did a lot of crazy work with it. But at this point in time, you get to the point where you find that each language has its thing, I've used some really strange programming languages that for what they did, they were very, very good, but I wouldn't use it other than that very highly specialized application. Hello, do you think QA analyst jobs is affected severely by AI? I think that'd be more quickly impacted than development, that's for sure. Hi, Stefan. I'm now learning 3-month PHP, Laravel, still learning or move. Keep learning, but you want to start, try to build stuff. Don't get caught into terror hell. Steph, what do you think of Salesforce development? I've never done it. Look into it, but there's something to it, How are we doing for time here? All right, I'll be closing off pretty soon. Hey, Steph, silly question. How big a difference does a freelance project make in terms of overcoming experience hurdle? Well, you can get by the experience hurdle with freelance because you can just get entry-level jobs. You can look at other videos where I talk about freelancing, how to get into it on this channel, in the archives. You get my freelance course where I talk about that. Danielle, how are you? Code long and profit, everybody. Oh, I should do this hand. Code long and profit. What do you think about crypto and blockchain development now? I don't know what the availability of the jobs are with that. Crypto's on a run right now. Crypto's on a run. It's a niche technology. Doesn't mean bad. Niche just means to be very, very specialized. Very specialized. So yeah. Skip there. I'm about to build my first freelance website for a small cafe soon. Do you recommend using online templates to get a head start or build from scratch? Depends how you negotiate that contract, What I would do is I would find 3 templates that you think might work and present it to the client and say, I can use these templates, it will save me this much time, which will reduce your cost, or I can build from scratch. Do you like these 3 templates? Which one do you like? That kind of thing. Templates are viable. Depends on the project, Remember the top 3 rules of coding. Rule number 1 is reuse. Rule number 2 is reuse. And rule number 3 is reuse. So don't write code unless you have to. So that means if a template will do the job, use the template. For my day job, I use Java and currently use C#. Most big orgs use those. Yes, of course. Freelance, PHP is the way. For front-end stuff, I think Vue is great. Yeah, I like, in terms of the front-end frameworks, my favorite is Vue. You got React library, you got Angular, but for, especially for freelance, for me, it's all Vue all the way. Hey, Steph, my passion is building web apps. The market is pretty bad, so I was thinking it might be easier to get into freelance. I know for static sites, I can cold call business in area, but for what, web apps? Yeah, web app development will come around when you're getting a little bit more established as a freelancer. You start dealing with more serious clients, then you're going to get into web apps. But when you're first starting out, you're going to do smaller projects, branding websites, which can be very lucrative, depending on the client. Simple e-commerce implementations, that kind of stuff. What do you like in content sharing? Just a question. What do you like in content sharing? Gabor, I'm not sure. Give me some context there. What impact do you think AI will have? Imagine a company that has 100 developer employees in 2023. How many employees might remain in 2026? For example, due to AI. I think they're going to have all their employees. I just think the employees are going to do different types of work. Slightly different. Good morning, Sad. Sad Habashne. I said that wrong, probably. My apologies. Anon. Hey, Steph, do you have any coding for hobbies still? Do I have any coding for hobbies? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I use Linux desktop, laptop for coding. That's fine. Linux is cool. Any of the operating systems are fine, except for maybe Android or something for development. Hello, Uncle Steph. Salute from Uncle Steph. Cheers. I heard, in terms of uncles, Steph's are the best. I just graduated from school and I'm planning to freelance. What time is it now? Planning to freelance for a year or two. I'm learning PHP and brushing up on HTML, CSS, and JS. Do you think this is the quickest way to get started? Yep, that's good. I agree with your plan. How do we get experience without a CSS, a computer science degree? Do 2 to 3 small freelance projects for some local small business, local coffee shop, independent butcher, it doesn't really matter. What are we going to do in 20 years later? Maintain big data, add new CSV files, improve process algorithms, make model better. It's going to be similar to what we do now, except you're going to have AI optimizing things. I think developers who are into big picture type of things are going to have a lot of opportunities. People who want to concentrate on improving code minutia, those jobs, they're going to still be there, but AI is going to speed it up quite a bit because you can point an AI at a small chunk of code and say, optimize this method, and you're going to work it and get it done much more quickly. How important is SEO and front-end development? Yeah, no, SEO is a search engine optimization. That means a lot these days. SEO, traditional SEO versus what we have today is a bit different, but SEO, web marketing, all this kind of stuff for branding sites is very important. How to get experience without a CS degree? Get little jobs. It's photo bashing. I don't know what that is. I'm 37. Can I become a web developer and change career after this age? Yeah, 100%. I have people who've done it in their 40s in my program. Can I find a company job using PHP and Laravel or just freelance? Yes, you can find a company job with PHP and Laravel. Yeah. Wow, I haven't done a live in forever, and we have 100 people on right now. Pretty good. Thumbs up, everybody, if you appreciate the stream. How are we doing for time here? Oh, it's over 30 minutes, like this. Let's see. What will AI-powered low-code tools mean for front-end developers? It just means you get some work done fairly quickly. So let me end off with this. AI will help with figure out things, will speed up the process, but at the end of the day, as AI stands today, it still makes a lot of mistakes. A developer writes code, but it's just a small part of what a developer does. So the AI can assess requirements, figure out what the visual aspects of the app or the website, what's best aligned for the client's needs, what scale the project has to be for the client, setting it up, setting up merchant accounts, picking hosting options, securing things. These are all things that developers do that AI can help with by speeding up the process, but it still has to be implemented. And the thing is, you have to be able to ask the right questions, right? You got to be able to ask the right question. That comes with experience as a developer. All right, 35 minutes, what's going on? I got another meeting fairly soon, so I'll answer one more question, then I got to get out. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. Who's gonna be the guy? I'll go Steph. If I join your mentoring bootcamp, how will be value in terms of my career in tech? Well, the mentoring program, I have total beginners in the program. So if you're a total beginner, it has everything that you need, the foundations. And I also have about 40% of the people in the program are experienced developers. I have people with 15 years experience plus. And why would those people join my program? It's because we have live group coaching sessions, Zoom calls essentially. And we have those on a regular basis. And it's your opportunity to put questions to me, get feedback from me. Hey, Steph, can you check out my resumes? Hey, Steph, I'm building a project. We're thinking of implementing technology A, B, C, D. What do you think? Hey, Steph, I don't know. I'm starting my freelance business and I have my first client. Here's my contract. What do you think? Having a problem at work with this employee or my manager is saying this and this to me. What would you do? That's why I call it a mentoring program. I mentor people in development. So you join the program if you, A, want to speed up the time it takes you. You want to get that real quickly where you get to job-ready skills. Or B, you're a developer of some ability and you feel that there's a value being able to have conversation, interact with somebody with, I hate to say it, 30 years experience as a pro coder, developer. That's the value of the mentoring program. There you go. Hey, Steph, I'm a freelance Java developer. Alex, really? I imagine you work for larger corporations in general, but as a contractor, right? Because I love C++, I can't see other languages. So that's cool. Okay, I'll leave you with this. When you're choosing a tech, just don't chase the salaries because your salary really is not the tech, believe it or not. The salary is much more dependent on your level of skill. Your salary as a developer, coder, is much more dependent on your level of skill because professional developers will jump from language A to B to C depending on circumstances. So don't focus on the language or the tech stack based on, oh, this guy, this career makes $4,000 more a year or $10,000 more a year than this person. Focus in on what you like. And if you like what you do, you're going to become really good at it. And then all these opportunities will open up for you. The more skilled you are, the more access to high-paying jobs you're going to get, whether you freelance or whether you work for somebody. All right, guys, that's it for today, almost 40 minutes. Thanks for joining the stream. If you like the stream, please comment below under the video. I'll leave it live. I'll leave it on YouTube so you can review if you came in late. I appreciate the thumbs up, everybody. That's pretty much it. We'll talk soon. I'll leave you with my, do I still have my traditional? Oh yeah, this is my, my ending credit video here. Have fun, bye-bye.